So with Dragon Ball Daima right around the corner, it got me thinking about Dragon Ball Super. More specifically, it got me thinking about the manga. In the manga, we've only had 2 original arcs that don't have anime equivalents, so it got me thinking about anime adaptations. And most importantly, it got me to the question, who should voice these characters? So today I'm bringing you my fan cast for the English cast of the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, also known as the Moro Saga. Just to set a few ground rules, 1. No non-anime voice actors. While I think someone like Keith David could do an amazing Moro, he doesn't traditionally do anime, so I think it's better to just keep it to like anime voice actors so they can actually do the thing that they know how to do. Number 2, no repeating voice actors. Dragon Ball is no stranger to having voice actors do multiple roles, especially of significance. I mean, look at Chris Sabat, who voices like a third of the cast. So long as they haven't done a significant role, just minor characters before in Dragon Ball, it's fine. They can be in this fan cast. And finally, spoilers for the Moro Saga. I think that's a given, but here's your spoiler warning. Let's get started with the minor characters. Starting us off is Irico. Irico is a galactic patrolman who's just kind of a little guy. So for his voice, I'm picking Keith Silverstein. Listen, for most of the minor characters, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into who should voice them, especially if they don't have a whole bunch of personality. But personally, I just think Keith's Hisoka voice from Hunter x Hunter would be really funny to hear out of Irico.
Right about now, you're probably wondering who I am. Allow me to elucidate ya. The name is Robert E.O. Speedwagon. I had a hunch Jonathan's run of trouble might not be done, so I followed him back home.
Before we jump into the bad guy roles, because trust me, there's a lot, let's jump ahead a bit in the story and talk about Pybara. Pybara is a blue yard rat who teaches Vegeta some new techniques. I can't really explain it, but I think Pybara, because he's a teacher, made me think of My Hero Academia, and my favorite character in My Hero Academia is Eraserhead. And just hearing Eraserhead's voice talk to Vegeta like that, I think would be pretty funny, so my pick is Alex Organ.
Now, Anya, don't just pick the nuts off the top, and please stop eating with your hands. What? Yeah, I definitely picked the wrong kid.
Up next is Getty, Penne, and Pasta Macareni. These 3 are criminal siblings who have like an outlaw feel to them, and they are the first villains of the arc. For Getty, my pick is Drew Breedlove. For Penne, I pick Erica Mendez. And for Pasta, leader of the Macareni Gang, Terrence Stone, I believe fits the bill of a Western-themed outlaw.
You can't hear him, but the monster inside me is speaking. In a desperate situation, don't be frightened, because that's when things get exciting!
The next person who calls me a lowly is gonna catch these hands! 1.
Hey, which one of us was fastest? But then you have to buy me my dinner, okay?
Who am I, you ask? Why? I don't see any point in me answering such a question. Hueco Mundo is a treasure trove of riches.
Moving on to Miza, Iwaza, and Kikaza. Kikaza. For these 3, I'm picking Michelle Rojas, Faye Mata, and Lindsay Seidel. These characters don't have a lot going for them, but they do have one thing that's really special, and that's their 3-way fusion. And for their fusion, there's 2 options. Either all 3 voice actors voice the character together, or they bring in a new voice actor to voice the fusion. And for this fusion, I think there's no one better than Big Mom herself, Pam Doherty.
I can't believe I ended up making friends with someone who came to kill my father.
No way, are you kidding me?
You jerk! I've got one weakness and you just keep picking at it like there's no tomorrow.
What happened, Drooler? Something wrong? Your face is all red. The look on Ruler's face was priceless! Was too! I can't help laughing every time I think about it!
Okay, this is bound to be a little different than what I'm used to, so I need to stay focused. Just remember Mr. Karasuma's advice. 1 strike. I just need 1 strike.
Kaido, you said? My. If that little punch is the best you've got, he'll make quick work of you, I'm afraid. But what makes you think you'll make it that far, huh?
Zauyogi is a lizard-looking guy who kinda looks like he smells bad. You know who else looks like a lizard-looking guy and probably smells bad? Gyutaro from Demon Slayer. Side note, I'm bending the rules a bit. Brandon McInnes voices Ganos in Dragon Ball Super, and Ganos is arguably a very significant character in Universe 4, but it's my list, so fuck off.
I'll have to massacre everyone who laid a finger on her. You could say I'm a firm believer in vengeance, so I'll exact the same pain you inflicted upon her. When you die, those words will ring through your skull. I'll show no mercy, because my name is Gyataro!
Yunba is a panda-looking guy. You know who voices a panda guy? Matthew David Rudd, the voice of Panda from Jujutsu Kaisen.
My chance to remind them that I'm the lead character. The shot zone's wide open. This one's going in the goal. I just gotta eat up the last few meters with my first touch.
Speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, I think it'd be funny if Shimorekka was voiced by the voice of Yuji Itadori himself, Adam MacArthur. Can you tell I've recently watched Jujutsu Kaisen?
I like a tall woman with a nice big ass. Just saying. Like Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion.
Now onto the characters with just a bit more personality. First up is Saganbo, the leader of the Galactic Bandit Brigade. That is so hard to say fast. A tall, greedy, powerful, yet very loyal criminal who serves under Moro. I think a deep voice fits him well, especially if it's deeper and more rugged. And I think the voice actor who fits this well is Sung-Won Cho, also known as ProZD.
That guy was pretty fucking loaded. Fuck. The Arakawa family doesn't fuck around. This fucking lowlife. You're fucked, right? Proper fucked.
And for the final minor character, it's 7-3. 7-3 is an alien android who's a certified killing machine. I'm gonna avoid talking about 7-3 just because he does have a more unique role in the manga, especially compared to the other characters I talked about. But besides that, I think the voice of David Matrenga would fit him well.
Forgive us our sins, O Lord, as we forgive those who sin against us. Please welcome their souls and the souls of all the faithful departed into your... What is it? Yeah. Welcome them into your humble abode.
We're finally moving on to the two major newcomers to the world of Dragon Ball. First off is Merus, whose debut caused some controversy in the Dragon Ball community because how did this fucking space cop outspeed Goku and Vegeta? Well, it's because he's more than what meets the eye. I wanted to find someone who could perform the nonchalant, whimsical side that angels have, but also find someone who could do those serious tones that happen in the manga well. There were several voice actors that stuck out to me for Merus, but the one that I thought did a great job that stuck out to me was because of his performance in Devilman Crybaby, Griffin Burns.
Rio, I saw a human get killed. He was a human. He was tripping, but he wasn't a demon. Rio, how can you be so calm about all this? A lot of people who aren't demons are dying as we speak. So I just stand by and do nothing?
It's a necessary evil.
Rio, listen! You shouldn't say something like that! You're a human after all!
I think you should give Retzi more credit. You can't beat me, Haida. Not like this. Don't you think you're picking a fight with the wrong person?
And finally, the voice you've all been waiting for, Moro, consumer of worlds. An ancient and wise magician whose power frightened Goku once Goku felt his ki. Moro is a force to be reckoned with. Not only can he absorb the powers of others, he also has magic to keep the Z fighters on their toes. Moro deserves a powerful voice that can deliver on his brutal nature. I believe I know just the voice actor for the role, and I don't think it's one you would expect. So I recently watched Frieren, and in Frieren, we were introduced to the character of Qual, an ancient and powerful magician with an incredible voice. And when I was looking into this voice actor, I realized they're no stranger to doing ancient and powerful magicians, especially ones with incredible voices. I'm talking about Major Attaway, the voice of Qual from Frieren, and Genie from the Broadway musical production of Aladdin.
Long time no see, Frieren. How many years has it been now? Then I shall avenge his death. Zultra! It's interesting, but I see what you've done. Your defense attunes itself to my magic, and then disperses its power. You have a complex spell indeed. It must consume a great deal of mana! Foolish to think you could lay a hand on me. What hubris. Death feeds me. Death pleases me. I am the essence I consume.
So those were my picks for the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga. There are plenty of amazing and talented voice actors out there who I didn't end up picking. So let me know what your personal fan casts are. I'd love to hear them in the comments. I enjoyed working on this video, so maybe I'll do a Granola the Survival Arc video. I have some ideas who I'd like to cast for that anyways, so it'll probably happen anyways, but you'll just have to subscribe to see. Yeah, I finally came up with a good outro, and I'm gonna end it there.